Probably pretty hard to go right over the edge because it's got a little lip on the end too, eh? But doesn't hurt.
I will do this when you stop.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, I turned the emergency brake off, and I got some wheel chocks to put behind it. Okay, so I got the truck on the ramp, and I'll get some wheel chocks to put on it behind the front rear wheels. Really want to make sure that that truck does not roll backwards, because she's heavy. We'll get the chock under this wheel behind that one. And another one right there. Hello and welcome back to the Wade Native Chronicles. We're going to do something a little different today, besides just sitting on the couch and talking about politics and who knows what. Gonna change the oil on this 2017 Chevy Silverado High Country with the Duramax diesel in it. So it's at an interval where actually it needs a new replacement of the fuel filter and change of oil and some DEF fluid. So I figured, you know, this time maybe I'll just make a video on it, because this is stuff, no matter what your interests are, everybody drives vehicles, and it's not a bad idea to get a little bit handy with doing some of the service work yourself. So I'm gonna do that today. I've done it before on this vehicle, and it's a little bit messy. Diesels, that oil comes out of them is real crap, I tell you. You don't want to have any nice clothes on you. Better to have no sleeves on your shirt, because this stuff is gonna probably get on you. But I know it sure did last time I did this. So let's go through step by step. I think the first thing I'm going to do is the part that I hate the worst, and that's changing the fuel filter, because on this vehicle it's got a plastic housing around it. It's really fiddly to get off and put on again. You kind of want to be careful. You sure don't want to crack that thing. So I'm going to show you how that's done, and then we're going to drain the oil on this thing, and I guess we'll probably pop in the DEF fluid, just cover everything. So let's see how this goes. And this filter is dirty. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this water, this thing to drain water. If there's any water in the fuel, it gets captured there. Being drained out there. I think it also releases the pressure a little bit. This fuel line is under pressure, right? And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get, oh, I should get that. Oh, filter too. That bleed there can just siphon also, so it may never stop. But so I'm gonna try now to take this, I'll tighten that thing back up. So I think, let's see if this, yeah, that should fit on there pretty good. Okay, so that was a let's see, an 18mm socket for here, and for the outside it's a 36mm. I don't have a 36mm socket, so I've got the closest thing, which is 1 7/16, and that does work. So let's see what happens here now. That puppy on there good. I think this is gonna work, folks. This sucker's on there good. When she starts to go, might be some pressure in there, so just kind of let it start to leak for a while. You can see this truck is pretty dirty underneath, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to be real careful the way I handle the filter, but I don't let any crap get in there. Okay, so now we're starting to get some leakage out of here. It's coming up pretty good. Oh yeah, no good now. Yeah. Not bad. This is why you want to be wearing. Yeah, let's see if I can get this socket off of here. Okay. Yeah, now we got the fuel filter off. I'm gonna have to be real careful that I don't get a bunch of crap in there. Okay folks, so now what I've done is I took that dirty fuel filter housing off and I cleaned it up a little bit, and I'm working on dirt here too, which, boy, you know, a lot of these videos I see guys doing this, their vehicles are nice and clean and all that stuff, but this is a truck used for trapping and hunting. It doesn't stay clean. Now I'm going to try this way of putting the filter on, where if I can get it to sit in here flush like that, then it can go on the housing a little easier. I'm not sure how hard it is. Last time I did it, I just crunched it on. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I pushed this time, and I think this is a better way. I've pushed on the filter around that little titty there. Now You have to be careful with that little tip there. That's a sensor. It's a fuel level sensor or something like that, and very easy to damage that. So I've got that on there now, and I've put a little bit of diesel fuel to lubricate those O-rings on the filter, although they'll probably be lubricated fine with the diesel in it. And now I'm going to get the housing, and we're going to crank that sucker on there. Okay, working on this stuff in the dirt, because every time you use your hands to move around, your hands get dirty again. You really don't want to get any dirt in here, but I think I've lubricated, replaced the ring on here also, and lubricated. I see a little speck of dirt there. Let's check it over. Looks good. I'm gonna the clean finger. I'm gonna lubricate it a bit. Really don't want to get any dirt in here. If there's dirt, you kind of will feel it running your fingers over it, eh? Yeah. I think we're okay. I'm going to touch it against anything dirty. Oh, shit. See? I got some crap on it. I just touched a part of the frame there, and right away a little clog of crap in there. This working on a dirty undercarriage is really fraught with problems. Okay, do I got clean here now? Really want it to be clean. See, that's why it's good that I clean the housing too first, because as I'm handling it, I don't want it would get my hands dirty again. Okay, now I'll try to do this without. See, one thing about having that filter in place already is it will tend to guide the housing as I screw it in like this, right? Which it is, because otherwise it's, you know, you're more likely to cross thread it or something like that. Okay. Yeah. I got that in there as tight as she's gonna go. Let's get if I can find my wrench, my ratchet. Okay. This pan out of there. It seems like that's it. Don't overdo it, but I think that's it. Okay, now let's get That little drain, water drain, done. Goes that puppy up. Just snug that up. What the heck? My little ratchet got turned around. This is a thing. Almost like that thing is stripped. Yeah. It's stripped. Just indicate. Yeah. Well, she's snugged in there, but boy, if you turn that a little bit too much, it strips, I think. Freaking plastic crap. I should buy a new housing, get a metal one. I sure don't like that. I don't like that at all. I wasn't hardly turning at all. Well, I hope that works. I wasn't even twisting it that hard. That's the guy I brought into a shop the time before this. They did it there, and the previous mechanic might have tightened that a little tiny bit too much. Doggone it. Okay, well, let's see. So did I mention how much I hate changing fuel filters? Man, that was a rotten, dirty job. But now the filter's changed. I believe it's good. That little water drain nut there into the plastic, the way it's kind of stripped, I got it tightened so it does grab a bit, but you can't put much torque on it, otherwise it spins around again. So not very happy with that, but I think it'll keep it from leaking. So the thing, I think we got the filter on there secure. We'll definitely have to check this carefully. And so the final stage here is going to be to start this truck up again. And I know the lighting conditions are kind of weird here. Maybe I bring the camera over here, that might be a little better, eh? Okay, so if you want to start it, the way you do that is you turn the key on. It should. Yeah, I think I'll close this door so it doesn't beep at me. What is it telling me here? Should be on for like 30 seconds. And then turn the key off. And then Turn the key on, leave it on for 30 seconds. Turn the key on 3 to 4 times. But I don't really hear the pump. Well, maybe I did. Better hear it. Listen real careful. This thing is beeping at me because I don't have my seatbelt on. That's what the beeping is. Okay. So I'll leave that on for a bit. Turn it off. I'll try it once more. Okay. So maybe we should give it a try starting her now. Yeah, she's running. That looks good. Okay. So fuel filter life. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you now how to reset that. Get her on fuel filter life. It says nothing remain. Push the right button and then it says reset, so I'm gonna push that and now she's reset. I'll turn the thing motor off. Next time I start it, it should show 100% fuel filter life. 100% remain. Okay, so we got that part figured out. Now let's just go and check to see if this thing is leaking or not. I'm gonna put my glasses on. A little bit of water dripping from that little. I don't know if that's residual or what. Maybe just kind of look at that, see if it builds up. I think it sort of does. Maybe not. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll check that in a little while again and see if I can wipe it away, but I want to have a good seal up there. I think we have a good seal up there. Take the camera. See what it looks like here. Well, looks like we have a little problem here because I just took a look at that video where I stuck the video camera up by the fuel filter to take a close look at it, and I could see there's a gap that the fuel canister, the housing, hasn't been tightened all the way right up. You could see that blue gasket O-ring visible on the outside. So, you know, when I tightened it up, it really felt like it came to a stop, and so I didn't want to force it anymore. But doggone it, that thing I think has to be tightened some more because there shouldn't be any O-ring visible. And you can see from the video I took beforehand that it was right flush. There wasn't an O-ring showing at that time. So this has got to be fixed and done right. So I'm glad I caught this, and I'm glad I can include this in this video, because also for you watching, if you're contemplating doing work like this, it just emphasizes how you really need to check and double check and be very careful, especially with expensive vehicles like this one. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to get my socket on that fuel filter housing again, and let's see if that thing will tighten some more. Back in the saddle again. What? Yeah. sucker. Well, I don't think it can go any tighter than that. I think that's as tight as she goes. Oh, doggone. Well, let's see what this camera shows me. Let's see, let's just point this right up there. It's like I can see a little bit of blue O-ring, I think. I'll put my glasses on. But doggone, that puppy's on there so tight, I don't want to break it. I think that's as tight as she's gonna go. I don't know why. It seemed that it was sucked up tighter before. That little water thing seems to have a bit of a grip to it. Well, folks, I don't think this video ended up quite the way I planned for it to, so this is a bit of a conundrum. I'm not too happy with the fuel filter replacement job. That gap in the fuel filter housing is a concern, and as well as that what appears to be a stripped plug for releasing the water out of the system. So both of those are not very good outcomes, and I'm going to have to scratch my head a little bit. I mean, it does appear that the vehicle itself will be safe. There aren't any leaks major. There's maybe a little bit of a drip occasionally coming from that oil release, but I mean with the water release, you know, it looks like that filter housing is sealed in there pretty good. So, you know, not sure what to make, but if you have some comments, if you're experienced in these things, drop them in the comments here. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna maybe consult some other people I know, and might just redo this whole thing again. Maybe get a new fuel filter housing, because there's something wacky with this thing. It's definitely a bit of a gap. I know some of you are going to say, well, it's cross-threaded from the looks of that inspection video, but keep in mind that the camera has quite a wide-angle lens, so it's going to give distortion on the left and right and make the middle look bigger. So I don't think it is cross-threaded, but something to just bring it to a stop, and maybe just the size of that O-ring just won't squeeze all the way through, and I'm very reluctant to put more torque on that thing than I have already. So might be better off just using it this way than cracking the stupid thing. So let me know again in the comments. I hope you got something out of this video anyways. If anything, to show you that this is not a job maybe that you should tackle if you're a little unsure. So from the Weighted Native Chronicles, I hope you have a better day than I just had, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Did you like this video? If you did, I think you're gonna like this one right over here. So check it out. And I appreciate your subscribing if you haven't done so already. Remember to do that while you're watching this next video. Click like, it all helps us out for this channel. Catch you next time.